All right, everyone. We've got your lesson 9 quiz to take today. So we're actually going to do a practice quiz together. So this way you feel like that you've got some confidence in that other document that you're going to do by yourself. So remember, once you do complete your quiz, you do want to send it to me. All right. If you are taking a picture of it, please, 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 after you take a picture, inspect your picture. See if it's blurry or not. Make sure it is something that can be read. So, all right. So we are finding volume here. All right. So when we do volume of a rectangular prism, we find the area of base and we multiply it times the height. So your base, think about what would fit in the palm of your hand if you were holding this object. And so if I see this right here. All right. If the object kind of shifts on you, just, go ahead and blink and you'll actually see the rectangle will kind of move on you a little bit. So when I look at that is to find the area of that base, I would do 6 times 5 and I would get 30. So it's going to be a 6 times a 5. And then I'm going to multiply times the height. And then the height is going to go straight up and down. So that's your 5 as well. You might have heard the phrase of length times width times height, and that's true. But that only works for the volume of a rectangular prism. Once we start getting into other particular prisms, we're going to see different formulas there. So that's why we like that area of the base times the height. But yes, length times width times height does work for all rectangular prisms. So 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 5, 150. So 150. All right, meters, and it is volume, so it's how many cubes would fit inside that particular shape. All right, so we need to find the missing width that's there. So again, I know volume is going to be the area of base times the height. So I know the volume is 450. And I know, all right, it's going to be 5, all right, times the width times the height. So I can clean up this right-hand side, 5 times 9 times W, or if I can say 5 times W times 9, it's all going to be the same thing. It's 45. 45 W. Remember, when we multiply a number and a letter, just right up against it. And now look at this. Look who's here. Oh, look at this nice little one-step equation. Again, in our head, we're trying to figure out, hey, what do you multiply 45 by to get to 450? I think some of you know. Yes, it is 10. The evidence that's there is to solve that, the undo multiplication, we divide. And if you reach free calculator, you type that in, but there's no need to. 45 divided by 45 is 1. We've got our 0. We get our 10. And again, we can check our work because 5 times 10 is 50. 50 times 9 is 450. Oh, there it goes. It works. All right. I need to know what dimensions could be to get us to 100 units cubed. So the big thing here is the area of the base times the height needs to equal 100. So in other words, the length times the width times the height needs to equal 100. So yeah, I mean, just kind of grab some numbers here. I could go with a 2. I could do it 10. 2 times 10 is 20. What do you multiply 20 by to get to 100? 5. So I could do that. And again, I could flip around in any order that I want. Are there other things that would work? There certainly is. So for example, maybe you set 5 times a 5, all right, is a 25, and then 25 times 4 would get me to 100, so those would work. How about, geez, let's see here, 2 times 2, which is 4, and then 4 times what's going to get me to 100? Is there something that works there? I'm drawing a little bit of a blank here. 25? 20, yeah, 25 works. Yeah, there we go. So again, again, what works? You don't need to come up with a whole list of them, but those are 3 separate answers that work here. All right, and the last one again, we're finding the volume, much like the first question here. So it's going to be the area of base and we're going to multiply that times the height. So if you want, you could kind of draw in. Sound effects are optional, of course. So that does tell me that I'm going to do 6 1/4 times 2 1/5. And I got to multiply times the height. That height goes straight up and down. That's there. Yeah, so there's times of 4. So the big thing here is in order to multiply mixed numbers, you need improper fractions. Yes, so we're going to multiply that 4 times the 6, get it 24, add the 1 on, say hello to 25. 25 fourths times 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11, so it's 11 fifths. Oh, I see the cross division already, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to finish this off here. And then it is a whole number. Make a whole number into a fraction. We simply divide it by 1. All right. So yes, I can take care of cross division. I can divide both of these numbers by 5. Yeah. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by a 5 is a 5. And oh, anyone else looking at the leapfrog here? Yes, I can divide both those numbers by 4. Yeah, so divided by both by 4, so we get a 1 and we get a 1. That's there. So let's just multiply across. 5 times 11 is 55. 55 times 1 is 55. And then 1 times 1 times 1 is a 1. So if you take 55 and you divide it by 1, you get 55. All right. And there's your winning answer. That's there. So again, go ahead and take that lesson 9 quiz. Yes, use your calculator if that helps you on out. Just make sure you're writing down what you are doing. Again, you can use your draw feature, or you can use a separate sheet of paper, or whatever you may. Just get me down what you're typing into your calculator or what's going through that mind of yours. Everybody enjoy.